Welcome back to another episode of the Talk Real podcast. I am your host, Glamz Tan. Yes. I am here with my amazing friend, my dear friend in a real life, the beautiful
Nadz. Hey guys, hey babes, you all right?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm blessed and highly favoured. I appreciate you.
Yes, I appreciate you too. Thank you so much for coming. We've been meaning to do this for so long. Mm-hmm. How's everything?
Life is laughing, but it's a new year and I'm ready to tackle, what this new year has to bring and to just elevate and become a better version of myself than I was last year.
Definitely love to hear it. So I brought you on here because I wanted to interview you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Because just tell everyone what you do.
I do multiple of things. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I'm a content creator, podcasting, I'm hosting events, radio host is my new venture at the moment because I enjoy music and stuff. But my passion, my true passion is being an author, being a children's book author. And I have a lot of aspirations and things that I want to do in that genre. Mm-hmm. But yeah, writing has always been, I think I've always been creative, but writing has been something that I've been able to use that as an outlet, and gardening as well. Yeah.
Okay, so everyone, I've got Nadz's book right here. I read it to my daughters and they absolutely love it, Nadz. It's amazing. Yay. Well done.
Thank you.
And it's called Marther Panther and Carlos Chameleon.
The Hamster
Overload.
So go
and purchase it. I will pull it at the end of this video. I'll tag it.
Yeah. It's available on Amazon USA, Amazon UK. I've also got my own website, Marther Panther's World, www. of course, Marther Panther's World. So yeah, you can also on the website download at the back of the book. There's a word cross puzzle you can download and do activities with your kids. You can also print out a few of the characters. I think we've got 4 of the characters at the moment. You can actually
do the showdown,
you can print out 4 of the characters and do arts and crafts with them as well. And so that's
lovely and colourful and the right illustration, everything. I've got some questions for you.
You too?
Yeah, you
love
ready?
It. Yeah, bring it on. Why not?
Okay, so the first question is, what influenced you to become an author?
What truly influenced me? Growing up, I was always inspired by Roald Dahl books, Jacqueline Wilson, were like my main favourite. So Roald Dahl was just like the epitome for me.
Trust me, I grew up with books as well.
So, and I think also creative writing was always an outlet for me. Growing up in foster care, I had to find a way to channel my frustrations, my anger, my hurt, and I always wrote poetry whenever I felt in a space where I couldn't control my emotions. Poetry was a way for me to do that. So I think naturally poetry just kind of got me into just creative writing and kind of so my inspiration just really actually comes from a place of, I'd say trauma, but at the same time I'd use that trauma and turn it into a positive thing. So
that's amazing. Yeah. So how long have you been writing for?
I always write. I write, like, I think just at home I just write. But as far as actually being self-published, it's been about 3 years.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah, because when we first met, that's when you told me, I knew you as an author.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? And obviously you did have Noise and Banter. So you used that as well.
Yeah.
So yes, I read the books to my daughters. Yeah. And they just said, it's very colourful, mummy.
Yeah, and I like that.
They loved it. And their favourite their favourite character is obviously Martha.
Oh, it's Martha. Okay.
Yeah, it's Martha.
Yeah, Martha's loosely based on me. Obviously, Martha is a foster child. She lives in a children's home, and I decided to make it colourful and animated as far as it being animals, because I didn't want to put a race on them. I didn't want to put, I wanted it to feel so universal that anyone could read it and put themselves in that position. But it was mostly also because growing up as a child in care, going to school, it wasn't something that you went around saying like, oh yeah, my mum and dad, that's not my mum and dad, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it was just a nice way for me personally that I felt like I could allow those conversations to happen in classrooms or to happen at home, so that children who don't understand what it is to be raised in the system, to have empathy and understand that some children just aren't raised the way that you are. It's actually okay. We're all so different, but it allows the conversation to happen because it's such a light-hearted book, and you know the animal characters are very friendly and stuff like that. So that's why it is colourful.
And the tortoise. Well, I like that.
Daddy Tortoise.
Yeah, Daddy Tortoise.
Yeah, he's wise. Yeah. He's wise. Do you know what it is? Do you know what is crazy? Why I say like. Also, actually, let me go back to the point of what really did also inspire me is my children, 100% my children. It really just came down to, I think I was like 25, 26 or something like that. And I was like, oh my God, like, what am I going to leave my kids? Like, what am I, you know, when I'm like, you know, old enough, I'm 60 and I can't do whatever, look after myself. I'm 80 years old and my kids are now looking back at mum and like, oh God, mum, like, what did you do with your life? Like, what did you get up to? I wanted something that I could leave for them. I wanted to, you know, something for them to make me, to feel proud of me, and to leave some form of legacy for them. So what I did actually initially do, and you can see all of this on the website, if you guys head over to Marther Panther's World, you'll see the journey of the book. So my daughter, my eldest, done the first sketches for me to send to the illustrator. Then my second daughter actually helped me like develop each character.
Oh wow.
So we went through that, and obviously my boy, he came later on, but at the same time it's like they all inspired each one of the characters.
That's lovely.
So that was a fun process, and it's lovely for me to be able to tell my kids when they get older, like, rah, like you played a part in it as well.
Very well. Like, I just love all the colours, and it's very like, you know, for the kids, like when the kids
it's for the kids, but
it's from you, and the kids are like, oh my God, so nice.
But as far as the text is definitely from reading age. So but that's why I did make the pictures very colourful, so that for children that can't read yet, the parents can just look through the each images and the characters and just enjoy that part of it.
Okay, so what inspired the idea of a hamster overload in the story?
What inspired it? I think the concept really is more about sometimes life can become overwhelming and overloading. Like you can literally overwhelm yourself just by thinking about all the million things that you have to do in life and all the things you want to achieve. And also when you're in a situation, sometimes you can find yourself in a bad rut. Like I look back on my journey in foster care, and a lot of the situations and bad situations that I found myself in were self-conflicted, shall I say. You know, like I'd find myself in a bad situation and I'd be so deep in it. I'm like, oh my God, like I'm overwhelmed, I'm overloaded. Like there's a lot going on. Who do I go to for help? So at the end of this book, actually, it does say that...
the moral, isn't it?
Yeah, the moral of the story is to speak, like to tell somebody that you trust whenever you feel you need help. That you need help. Simple, because sometimes we all need help, whether we're children or we're adults. You know, whenever you feel overloaded, like ask for help and don't be afraid to do that.
I love that it was the moral that I got from it is just be grateful for what you have.
Oh, that part too.
I love that. Yeah,
oh, that really part. Yeah, so you really read it.
I did, of course.
I love that.
I did. I read it to my kids.
Yeah, because Martha wanted a hamster, and they ended up, you know, concocting a plan so that everybody could have a hamster.
Which
and before you know it, it is a beautiful thought. But sometimes
so many of them.
That's it. You end up with too much, right? And then you should have just been grateful for what you had in the first place.
Yeah, definitely. So, okay. So another one is, can you tell me more about the main character and their journey in Martha's journey? Yeah,
Martha's journey. So Martha's favourite. I mean, I'd say it's because it is child friendly. Yeah. So, you know, Martha's just it's very simple. Her favourite flower is daffodils. She loves painting and being creative. So doing paintings for Mummy Giraffe and things like that. But as far as each character, they all have their main. So this is actually a first part to a 5-part series. So there's a big vision behind Marther Panther's World, and actually it becoming a children's project at some point as well along the line. So I have a lot that I want to implement with it. So each character will have their own title and their own story. But as far as this one, her and Carlos get together, and Carlos is the science genius that just loves everything to do with silence.
Well, I don't want to give it away. I want you guys to go and
buy it.
Purchase it. Okay, but okay, so sorry, girl, we lost the thing.
That's all right.
How did you decide on the title?
Oh my God. I think it was me and Aaliyah. I think it was me and my daughter. I was like, and the thing is, one thing I will say is being at the time, being a new author when I first published the book is that, there's a lot of things that I will go back and probably, for the next book that I've learned a lot along this journey. So it hasn't been like I just knew what I was doing. I didn't. When I decided to publish a book, I didn't know what I was doing. I betted on myself and I took a risk. I couldn't afford it, first of all. It actually damaged my finances more than anything. However, I was so passionate about creating something, about being... about leaving a legacy, and I thought no matter what, I'm going to make it happen. So it was a journey. So there's things that I probably would make it shorter. There's things I would do. I probably would, but I wanted the series. You know what it is? Because I wanted the series to always have Marther Panther in it. Okay. Looking back, I probably just would have called it the Hamster Overload. However, because it's the first part of the series, do you get what I'm saying? But yeah, the name itself just came from, by the time I'd written the story, I'm like, oh, okay, this is a Hamster Overload. Obviously, that has to go in the title. And then the main characters are Martha and Carlos. So that just kind of made sense at the time.
Yeah, I loved it that all the characters just, helped each other out.
Yes, community. And this is something that I've always been passionate about, because community really does matter. It factors into young people's lives. It factors into, being an adult and suffering with mental health or suffering with depression, which is something that I've actually always dealt with from the age of 12. Wow. I've always dealt with depression. And when I actually was on the journey of becoming an author, my mum passed away at the time. So even just, no, it's okay, thank you. But even just getting through those hurdles and not having that security around me was a lot. So for me, it's just kind of like pushing that community really does matter. Even if you know a few kids in your block, and a family in your area that might be struggling or whatever, always take a minute, have a conversation with someone, because you just never know what they could be going through in their day-to-day life. You never know. Sometimes it just takes someone to say, I see you and I believe in you. No matter whatever you want to do in life, just go for it. Literally. Yeah.
So what was the biggest obstacle in terms of just writing? Is it more...
I think with
writing... just nervous to kind of go ahead with it, or...
The biggest obstacle at the time was doubting myself. There was a lot of doubts, and at times I didn't feel like, who am I to become an author? Who am I? Who's going to buy my book? How am I going to get it out there? So there were those insecurities that came with it. But I think with having an amazing team, I had... Roger from De Villiers Illustrations, they're now called, but it used to be the Oxford illustration company, and he really believed in it. And when I told him, the background and what it meant, he was like, I will figure it out, we're going to get it done. And he was very supportive. Cloud, the illustrator, amazing work. Hopefully by summer I'll have the next book available. I will be more clear with the age range that I'm going for, but with the first one, I wanted everybody to read it, and that may be a disadvantage and it may not be. I actually don't know. But what I do know is that the reviews are amazing. So, if you do purchase the book, please do leave a review.
Yeah, definitely. I do feel like children's books, it is needed, because right now there's so many books that are not they're meant to be children's books, but they're a bit too, overly, how would I say, overly mature for even little ages, with certain times inappropriate things in certain books that I've come across. So it was very refreshing to see this book that it generally is child friendly.
It's 100% child friendly.
So I really liked it.
I think what helped me was just being able to, every time I did a rough copy, I'd read it to the kids. And I'd be and then just to watch their excitement. So before it even had the illustration, emotion, they could envision what each scene had in it, you know. So the idea is to obviously have a cartoon series on the back of that as well. So there's it's a big venture, but I know that and this is actually what got me into podcasting as well, to be honest with you. Yeah, it got me into podcasting because at the time I was like, oh, how am I going to get the book out here? Yeah, it's on Amazon. Yeah, it's on, you know, all these platforms. But, you know, how am I really going to, like, we're in a day and age where people buy into the person behind the book, you know? Yes. They want to know the personality. They want to know the person. They want to be able to like, oh, okay, yeah, I know her. I'll buy her book or I'll support what she's doing. Yeah. So obviously at the time, not being really present on social media, I was like, oh, damn, like, how am I going to do this? Like, and I went and done a book read at the old studio that I used to be at. And then from there, I was like, yeah, he was like, do you have an idea? I was like, yeah, I want to do podcasting as well. He was like, all right, boom, made it happen. And so this is kind of how I segued into podcasting, was because I want to make myself visible on social media so that when I do release the next couple books of the series, I actually have like an audience to sell it to. Yeah.
So what other types of like, so in terms of books, would you do like adult books?
100%. 100%.
You want to branch out?
Yeah, I've actually got a draft. I've got a draft of a poetry book that I actually want to release. I think I'm going to wait until December for it though. And well, obviously next December. But yeah, that's kind of how I'm going to segue my way in. But I also have been working since I was like 12, been working on autobiography. So at some point, when people care enough to read about my life,
I'll read it.
Yeah, it's not smooth sailing. It gets a bit dark, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's about the light at the end of the tunnel, and that's where I got myself to.
Definitely. Okay, so how did you approach balancing humor and any potential challenges in the plot?
That's such a good question. I used the support system that's supposed to be in the story, which are Mummy Giraffe and Daddy Tortoise.
Okay.
So Daddy Tortoise being the wise one and Mummy Giraffe obviously being the nurturer.
Yeah.
So whenever I kind of felt like, okay, this might get a little bit too serious, I was like, okay, well, think of a child that comes to a parent with an issue. How would they navigate that? And then also, like I said, reading it to my kids and just seeing their reaction. So obviously, if I read it to them, they're like, "Oh my God, Mum, what does that mean?" Or "What did I like?" Then it's like, "Okay, I need to change up this way, or change it up that way." So it's really just like utilizing, like and the fact that my children are different ages made it easier for me because then I can get different perspectives. So it's really just about that. But I think with the first book kind of being like a prototype in a sense, I've got to feel obviously that when I go to nurseries and I read it, or I'll go to primary schools and I read it. Good. Yeah, so definitely do book me, guys. I definitely take bookings. I take bookings for readings.
Like a meet and greet or book signing?
Yeah, no, I have done a book signing. Okay. I have and I will. And whenever you want to book me,
book me. I didn't know you then.
I'm just saying for schools. You know, if you're a social worker, especially because it is for children in foster care. If you are a social worker or anything like that, please do contact me.
I'm very, very proud of you, and your kids definitely must be so proud of you, especially because they've had an input in this as well.
Yeah, that's why it actually means so much. It really does mean a lot. But like I said, once again, it's about creating that legacy and showing children that have grown up in foster care in challenging situations. It doesn't just have to be foster care, by the way. Like if you've grown up in any challenging situations, just know that whatever you actually put your mind to, you can achieve it. And for me to show myself as an example of someone that shouldn't really be in a position that I am, I got myself there. Because at the end of the day, if you have a vision, don't let nobody stop you. You know, that you're always going to find doubters, that life is full of doubters, but just don't doubt yourself. Like, just keep going.
So what would you give to someone who wants to become an author in children's books?
Yeah, if you want to become an author, definitely do your research, a lot of research into the company that you want to use as far as illustrating, as far as as far as the editing process, the publishing process, all of that, like do as much research as possible. Research the people that you enjoy reading yourself the most of, and see how their journey went and what things they did and didn't do and things like that. And then do like brainstorming moments, like especially if you want to be a children's book author, like wherever you can go where children are at, like find a way to read that book to them. If you have children in your family, read it to them and kind of gauge it that way. But I think there's never.
I've told all my friends to like get it. I'll send the link around, girl.
Yeah, send it around. And the link is available via the Instagram as well. So follow up the Instagram, Marther Panther's World.
Yeah. Okay. So one last question, girl. Okay. So do you have a favorite scene and a favorite character in the book? If so, why and who?
I do. I do. It would have to be Carlos. It would have to be Carlos, Carlos Chameleon. And the favourite scene would be when they have a moment when the popping happens. That moment. Moment. I'm trying not to do too much. I know, right? It's difficult. But it would be, is it that page? That is that page.
No.
It's this is this one. So it's just before the popping happens.
Don't say too much. You have to
that's my favourite part. Yeah, because at that point they feel like they're doing something so good.
Scene.
Yeah, the popping scene. That's my favourite part. But they feel like they've got the best idea and it's solid, and they're gonna get everybody with everything that they want, and they quickly find out it's not the case. And so that's my favourite part, and Carlos is my favourite character.
So my favorite part is it is definitely the coming together. It comes together with the community
at the end. Yes, I love that too. Big up Cherry Tree Village, because actually Cherry Tree Lane is the road where my children's home was in Essex. Yeah, so a lot of it references parts of my life in real life. Yeah.
Oh wow! So yes, my darling, where Dico gone?
I think he's gone to let China out. He
has.
Yeah.
Okay, but yes, I think that's about it. Because you did say about plans and sequels and other stories.
Yeah, there's so much. So guys, do look out for it. Yes. I think trying to juggle all of the creative things that I do sometimes is a bit of a challenge, but at the core of it, being an author is at the heart of the reason why I'm even here. So, there's a lot more to come, and Rome wasn't built in a day, so true. It's about creating the right team around me in order to actually facilitate that and bring that about. And it's been amazing the past couple of years. I've met so many amazing people that can actually help me along this journey, because I understand that I can't do it on my own, and I actually don't want to do it on my own. I want it to be community based. I want it to literally embody what it is that I'm trying to, the message I'm trying to portray.
And that's what we need. That's what we say, like on the other episode.
What a switch up.
That's what we do. We need to get back to that, to like a community, everyone supporting each other and being there for each other. But sometimes people could be going through so much, but they're afraid to ask for help because of fear of judgment.
That's it. No, 100%. 100%. I mean, there was times where I felt very low within myself, and my self-esteem was down, and I didn't, like I said, I didn't really believe in myself, like, can I actually do this? And and obviously was dealing with depression and having to figure that out, losing my mum at the time, and all of that stuff, all of that turmoil. I was like, should I just give up? Like, there was times where I was like, no, like I should just give up. I should just not do it. But I'm glad I didn't, because at the end of the day, it's got me to a place where now it's like I'm finding myself and I'm on this journey. And I really do believe that life is about giving back. Definitely. I feel like when you have a gift, and if, mine is being expressive and writing, and having that skill, it's actually about sharing it. And that's what truly makes your gift powerful, is when you're able to share it with your community and the people that it can actually help and support.
100%. So just the book, the whole writing the book, it helps you through a lot.
Yeah,
something to focus on as
100%. Yeah,
because with me, I do like in terms of obviously I'm not an author.
No.
Although like a place did like get in touch with me ages. Storytellers.
Oh, lovely.
They did it a while ago, but because I'm so focused on other stuff, I just haven't. It's amazing to have someone that's doing obviously Prinny as well. You know, it's amazing to have other people be linked with other people that's doing similar things.
Yeah.
It's amazing,
beautiful.
But I wanted to say I am so proud of you. I think you're amazing. I think you're a star girl. And any other book, please let me know so I can purchase it.
Yeah, don't worry. All of this is, you know, at the end of the day, like I said, all of this is to line up for, you know, for the rest of the books so that, you know, as soon as I'm ready to land the next book, I know where I'm coming to promote it. So, yeah.
Yes. So you have your ideas of the next book already?
Yeah, they're all already written. It's just a matter of publishing and having the finances to be able to do that.
So one little bit, sorry. You said in Love and Memory, you said about
my cousin Claude. Yeah.
Is it your cousin that you started off?
Yeah, that I started originally trying to develop podcasting with.
Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of things happened along this journey.
Okay.
So actually when I published it, so at the beginning when I had the concept and I wanted to become an author, my mum passed, and then when I actually published it, then my best friend, my cousin passed.
Oh, I'm sorry. You've been through a lot, girl.
Yeah, you know what? Life.
Very strong.
Life, yeah. Thank you. But I'm not all the time. I'm not. I think strength is something that it becomes a way of dealing or a way of yeah, I don't know what it is. I feel like I just don't give up. So I'm very persistent, resilient. Yeah, resilient. Yeah, more than anything. I think strength is one thing which I can portray when I feel like it, but I'm not always strong, but I'm very resilient. I do know that about myself. You know, so even just along this journey of podcasting and, you know, the whole thing about me having to relaunch and rebrand and all this and that. And actually have not ever spoken about it. But
because like I said, feel free, my darling, talk as much as you want to, whatever you want to.
At that time, actually, when I was rebranding, so my sister went into hospital. She suffered from lupus, so she went into hospital December times, and she passed end of April. So a few weeks before her birthday, she passed away. So it's just been like so many things have happened along this journey of mine that I was like, okay, I definitely do have to continue with this autobiography, because I'm sure at the end of it, when I'm successful, it's going to be a hell of a story. Yeah, it's offloading, but then it's also to show that these things will happen. You will lose people on this journey, but you gain angels, you gain people, you know, on the spiritual side that will fight the battles that you can't see. And so not every day is great. Like, I don't feel amazing every day, you know. I lost 2 of my best friends, and that's just a part of life. But it's you know, my sister, she's in the picture at the end of the book, and it just kind of reminds me that that's my sister there, Gracie. That's my sister there. She's wearing the Marther Panther. But yeah, so it's just like, I feel like all of that makes me the person that I've become now. So as much as I don't like it that they're not here anymore, I'll just keep doing what I need to do to make them proud. Of
course, and I'm sure you're making them very, very proud.
I hope
you're making your kids, making your mum, everyone proud, your cousin. Doing a fantastic job.
Oh, thank you, my lovely.
So we're going to wrap this up. I want to thank the beautiful, beautiful Nadz for coming. Thank you so much, my darling.
Thank you.
For coming on. And do you want to just quickly tag your...
Yeah, guys. Instagram, Glamz Chat Nadz, Marther Panther's World. Guys, please do go ahead, follow it up, run it up. The website link is available there. Purchase a book and leave a review. Thank you so much.
Guys, so
and we'll put the link in the bio. Merch is coming. A lot of things are coming. Great. But thank you
so much. And don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe for more episodes. Take care. Bye.